So this week in the group, ladies, I shared 10 signs to discover if you are an empath. And many of us in here do have empathic qualities. We all do to a certain extent. And with everything, there is always a scale. But you may find that you specifically have always attracted negativity towards you. And this has made you question yourself, question your person, question who you are, your values, and you've potentially been in negative, toxic relationships. And I wanted to go through a little bit deeper today with you about specific kinds of empaths. So when we hear this advice online, it's always so very general. And yes, okay, I feel like I might be an empath. I have high empathy. I care about other people's feelings, and I feel other people's energy, and I feel exhausted and drained a lot of the time. Why? And then that's where the advice stops. So we're going to go deeper into specific types of empaths today. So keep watching this. This is very interesting. And can you identify what kind of empath that you are? And I just found this so fascinating when I discovered this for myself. Okay, so let me just get myself comfy. Now, the claircognizant empath. Okay, the claircognizant empath has a very clear knowing, an intuition that sounds like I just knew that. I just knew that something's off. If you feel like with situations in your life that you already know before anybody else does, then it can mean that you are very open and susceptible to that intuitive knowing, that clear knowing. Actually, very often in our relationships and even in business, you already know if that person is good for you or not, or if that client is a good client or not. You can tell straight away and read somebody's energy and just have an intuitive knowing. But sometimes we want to be wrong. And this is where we get into trouble. If you are a claircognizant and you override your intuitive knowing and you question and doubt your original opinion, you can end up in some toxic relationships. You can say yes to that client that then leaves you shitty reviews and makes it very difficult for you, because even though you just gave everything that you've got, you will attract those people to you. So knowing that is really helpful, and it really helps you with that awareness. Follow your first instinct, because most of the time you know you're right. So if that's you, then that could potentially be your empathic energy. And with all of these that I'm about to share with you, because there's quite a few of them, you may identify yourself in all of them. Don't box yourself in and think, right, okay, that's it, I'm that type of empath. Just listen to them all and kind of judge how high on the scale you are with all of them. So what I love to do is rate 1 to 10. So if you're sitting there listening now, you think, right, a clear knowing, an intuitive knowing, I always know. Do I feel like, yeah, that's high, I'm like an 8, a 9, a 10? Or actually, no, I don't know, that's not quite for me. You might be a 1 or 2 or 3. So just give yourself a rating. Emotional empaths. Who knew this was a specific category of type of empath? Very often we just think, well, all empaths are emotional. That is not true. But emotional empaths, they do feel the feelings of others. They absorb those feelings and they internalize those feelings. And that can be very, very draining. These people are amazing. They are very good caregivers. They are compassionate. They have high levels of energy. But you gorgeous caregiver, if this is you, if you don't have strong boundaries in your life, you will end up with burnout and utter exhaustion, because you want to help other people and you put them before yourself. So rate yourself 1 to 10. Where are you on the scale of emotional empathy?